So I'm working on Smooth's bike here. He let me brought it over to my house and can do some mods for him, but doing some cleaning on his secondary chain here. And I thought it'd be a good opportunity to shoot some content. So I'm actually on I already did the degreasing, so now I'm using some water to spray off the degreasing and the dirt and whatever on there, the old grease. And yeah, it's like mechanic work basically. So I already did part of it already. Already did part of the spray here. You can see some water drops. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. So I'm gonna just keep doing it. I mean, of course, you could use a hose. I just prefer to use this. It's a little more controllable. Obviously, you want to avoid this area as much as you can, because you don't want to get any. You don't really want to get the belt wet. It should be okay, but generally you don't want to do that, and you don't want to definitely don't want to get any contaminants, any oils or grease or anything like that on the belt if possible. If you do, just wipe it off with the towel or something. But it's moving at slow speed here, so I'm not going to be able. Shouldn't contaminate over to the belt. I also like to note that I did a bunch of scrubbing earlier. Here's a towel that went right through. Here's a brush that I used. Works okay. Here's the other towel from before when I first started using the degreaser. This is the degreaser I'm using. Just a regular chain degreaser. Doesn't have to be specific to any kind of bike. But I had this laying around from my analog bikes. Works fine. Just trying to get it to a point where I feel satisfied with the you're never going to get it super clean unless you take it off. And there's really no point in getting it super clean because it's going to get dirty again real quick, especially after you put on the grease, the chain grease, or chain lube. Alright, so I'm pretty satisfied with the water spray on removing most of the contaminants that are on the chain. At least I'm satisfied with that. Try to find a clean spot on this thing, maybe. trying to get most of the water off, so when I put on the lube, it doesn't just, you know, come off. There are some lubes out there that will attach to the chain even if it's even right after a wash. You don't have to necessarily dry it. So the water permeating lube, so to speak. But science says that water and oil do not mix, so. But they do have some specific lubricants like graphite type lubricants and others that can mix with water, and that's not specifically oil-based lubricants. Alright, the towel's pretty wet right now. Trying to get this part on the sprocket. It's generally a good rule to keep this part clean. Of course, all these parts areas clean when you can, but it doesn't need to be super clean because it's gonna get pretty dirty very quickly when you ride around, especially in the dirt. Brand new towel here. Yeah, you see I'm just spinning the wheel myself with my hand. Generally this is pretty good practice to just do it by hand because it's controlled. But if you don't care about overspray, like on a motorcycle, you can just use the motor to help you move the chain around. But on this bike we are concerned with overspray, so if you can't control the throttle at a slow speed, then I would advise against it, because you don't want the chain to move so fast that it sprays all over the place while you're cleaning. Looks pretty good. Look at the back side of the sprocket here. Yeah, it's still a little moist on the towel here, but not as much as that one. So I think we're pretty good. Yeah, it's really a lot cleaner than before, obviously. Alright, I think it's ready for some lube then. And get that. So this is the chain lube I'm using. I originally got this for my motorcycle, but this is basically a motorcycle chain, so works fine. This one is very, I guess, sticky. It lasts very long, and it's pretty good, and it smells nice too. Oops. The bike is still on. Okay. So I'll just do it from the back here. try to do it in a controlled manner with the motor assist. And if I get the underside as well, underside with the chain, if you can see. And then of course you gotta get the side of the chain. See if I can get a good angle here. Obviously, if you're spraying in that direction towards the rear wheel, you're gonna have to clean the rear wheel afterwards. You don't want any lube, obviously, on the tire. So let's try to get an angle on the other side here. I can't do it from this side with all this stuff in the way. If I get it like this, then okay. So now you just use the motor to help you spin a little bit. So you see, I don't know if you can see those strands from the lubricant. It's really sticky stuff. So once we're satisfied that the lube is all over, we're gonna put the towel on there to wipe off the excess. So what you'll notice that with fresh lube, with this kind of lube, or any kind of sticky lube, when you're running a high speed, the chain is gonna spray. It's gonna wick off the lube a little bit, and it's gonna get inside this area here. But it shouldn't really touch the belt though. The direction wise, probably get in up on the underside of the case and down here, and also on the cover, and up around here and down here. So use this, not on the just lightly. Just lightly go over it. Just doing the top area and the top side. And I'll do the underside as well. Okay. Alright, looking pretty good. Like I said, it's gonna, if you can see there, that lube is gonna wick around as the chain moves, so this is how it is. You clean it so it can get dirty again. That's pretty much it. Then you just put everything back together.